cricket world. Now the rules seem coming.
Welcome to the Caribbean Cricket Podcast, your one-stop shop for all things West Indies cricket. By the fans, for the fans. Yes. Oh my God. Tired, cuz. Welcome to the live Caribbean Cricket Podcast Watchalong. I just woke up, people. Oh my gosh. I was in the midst of the nicest sleep. I was good. Then I heard my alarm. Now my alarm plays the most recent or like most popular songs on my Spotify. All I heard was the Wish soundtrack. My daughter has my Spotify on the lock and key. I thought I was in a dream. Cuz. Oh God. Anyways, people, here I am. I'm Machel St. Patrick here at one half of the Caribbean Cricket Podcast. I ain't even got my feed ready. I looked at the time. Oh my God, wait a minute. I can't even load my page up. 1 second, people. I'm not even ready, people. Oh, we're ready. We move. Hold on, people. We move. Let me set myself up. Welcome to the Watchalong, people. Welcome to the Watchalong. Machel St. Patrick here at one half of the Caribbean Cricket Podcast. The game's about to start. West Indies won the toss. They've opted to field. I've only just got my feed ready to watch. We're at the Mecca. We're in Barbados. And we've made one change. Let me get the teams on the screen. We've made one change. Shai Hope comes in for Brandon King, who is injured and is out of the World Cup. Don't worry, people. I'll wake up soon enough. Let me just try and get everything ready on the screen. I started totally without being ready. Here we go. So there's West Indies team. Shai Hope, Johnson Charles, Pooran, Chase, Powell, Russell, Rutherford. Oh, Sugar, I didn't even see. Sorry, 2 changes. Didn't even see. See, that's how you know, people, that I'm only just woken up. Shepherd is out as well. And Obed McCoy is in. That's a good change. So Shepherd out for McCoy. Hope in for the injured Brandon King. By the way, Brandon King, for those who don't know, Brandon King has been replaced by Carl Mayers. King is out of the World Cup. I think it makes sense, to start with Hope to replace King. I'm surprised. I wonder how much thought they gave, though, to going Mayers and Charles. One of the reasons why I think they won't have gone Mayers and Charles, beyond anybody's issues about their quality, is that both of them are the same player in so much as going hard at the ball. And they'll be looking at Hope saying, well, boy, everyone bat around Shai Hope, obviously. Anyways, let's move. My feed is probably behind a lot of you lot, but we're ready to go. It's a packed Mecca. West Indies versus USA. Akil obviously has the ball in hand, as usual. This is going to be a different kind of watch-along today. Going to put loads of poles in the first ball. First ball grips a bit already in the surface. Taylor can't do anything with it. Yeah, it's a good point here from Nilo. He says if Shai scores, loses his shape completely. Stephen Taylor trying to hit a big shot. Yeah, USA are going to lose tonight. Who wins tonight isn't even in doubt. USA gonna lose. West Indies gonna win this match tonight. To me, it's just about how, given the South Africa result beating England, to me it's just about how well the West Indies win tonight. Not in terms of performance, in terms of total, rather than oh, that was a run-out chance there. That was a run-out chance. If Powell had collected that cleanly, Stephen Taylor would have been out. Yeah, that was a chance. That was a chance. Sorry, people. I don't know. I think most people's feeds, or at least some of your feeds, you'll probably be maybe one ball ahead of me. Possibly, probably. But we move. Anyways, I've got the West Indies team up on the screen. Here is the USA team. Taylor. To show how, do you know what? To show how little I've been following USA's progress. Obviously, they beat Pakistan in the Super Over. I don't even know how you pronounce some of these players' names. So if there's any Stars and Stripes fans, in the chat, please put the phonetic pronunciation of these players' names, in case I get them wrong. Yeah, there's obviously. So 5 balls gone on my stream. The ball is obviously, never forget the fact that Keel bowls well in the power play. The ball is obviously gripping in the surface. So there's obviously something, already we can tell in the first over that there's something out there for the spinners if you bowl it on the right length. Multi should be fine tonight. Final ball of the first over. Well, loses his line there. That's easy pickings. Although there is a man out there behind square. 3 off the first over. Good over for West Indies. Good over. Oh, interesting. Someone's just sent me a photo. Who is this? Okay. 1 second, people. Let me see. This could be... This message I've just got could be political. Let me just go read this. 1 second. Okay. All right. Okay, I see you. Okay, then. 1 sec, people. I just had to look at that political message. All right, 1 sec. Let me see. 1 sec. Here we go. Back in. Right, so West Indies. Sorry, it's USA team. So Stephen Taylor, Andreas Goose. I don't know how you say his name. Nitesh Kumar, Aaron Jones. Remember the USA don't have Monak Patel, who is injured, shoulder injury. Corey Anderson, Milind Kumar, Harmeet Singh, Nushush Kinjengi, Shadley Vansh, I don't know how you say that guy's surname, somebody tell me, Ali Khan, and Sorab Netravalka. If I've said any of those names wrong, please let me know. Let me update the score. USA 3 without loss after 1. People in the chat have already told me there's a wicket coming, so there is that. Do you know what? This is why I can't see it. My feed is frozen. Oh my gosh. No wonder I can't see nothing. Let me try to fix this. Fix this. So Taylor's gone. That much I do know. But I don't actually know what he's done. I know Andre Russell got the wicket. Not surprised to see Taylor fall. I don't think he's any good, to be fair. I think he's very basic. Yeah, he's out. He is out. Stephen Taylor goes for 1. And West Indies have struck early. Andre Russell, the fielder, but bowler. Sorry, I still haven't actually seen how the wicket fell because my stream failed on me. But I'm back now. Let's update this. So as I said, people, I think to me personally, it's not about whether we win. We're going to win. For me, far more important is how well we win. The win isn't in any doubt to me whatsoever. Obviously, please use that against me later on, but the win isn't in any doubt whatsoever. Sean says Taylor is decent. What's decent? Describe what decent means. He's all right. He's nothing special. He wouldn't get in. Put it this way, he wouldn't get in the West Indies team. There's no, what does decent mean? To me, he's an associate level cricketer. He is what he is. I don't think he's very good. So, anyways, he cut that straight to Ross and Chase at Gully. I've just seen the replay of it, but so anyways, Nitesh Kumar is in. Tucks that one on the leg side. Anyways, what was the last... someone in the chat, let the chat know. What was the last game at Barbados? Is any of the stats guys, Osprey's in here, Druv is probably hiding somewhere in there as well. What was the last game at Barbados? What have been the general scores at Barbados? This wicket doesn't seem to be, in the first 10 balls I've watched, doesn't seem to be as true as people said it was going to be. I do think there's some grip and purchase in the wicket for the spinners. Needs to get a bit more evidence in terms of what it's saying for the pacers. Right, Dhruv says 156 is the pass score. Okay. So we'll take, okay, so we know what par would be. Doesn't see, I think the reason why I asked the question, if anyone's wondering, is because I don't think, if you're expecting this to be like a smash 'em for six type in pitch, I'm not sure it's as straightforward as that. Smash through point there. It's a good shot from Goose. 4 runs. These Indian fans were supporting USA. Are they expat? Are they Americans of South Asian descent? Or are they Indian fans who are in Barbados who just so happen to have chosen USA? Which one do you think it is? I guess what I'm asking is, do USA actually have a travelling fan base for this game because of how well they've done in this World Cup? Or is this existing Indian fans who are in Barbados already and are just like, yeah, we're going to support the United States? Oh, that one nearly sneaks through there. Yeah, the bouncer keel's getting off the surface on a certain length. Yeah, you have to. It's almost a keel almost there. It was almost like bowling like an in swinger. wasn't even really a. It was almost like a slow bowling in swinger. Definitely have to watch a keel tonight. That's for certain. Keel's in the form of his life in this World Cup. J.J. Matheson says, do you think Barbados is a fortress for the West Indies team? No. This is what... so when there was that period... Was it this year or was it last year? When I said I don't know why we refer to Barbados as a Mecca and all of Barbados jumped up in arms on social media wanting to complain about me saying that. Like, oh, that's straight through cover. Bisfield for one. Ultimately, the point I was making is nowhere's the Mecca in the Caribbean, because I've seen West Indies lose everywhere, at home and away. So I was just taking objection to the fact that anyone believes that any ground in the Caribbean is a Mecca. You may have seen some good stuff there, but then if we're basing it on where you've seen some good stuff, then every single ground in the region could claim to be a Mecca. I think ultimately for the Bayesian fans, it's because of the number of cricketers that they have introduced to the cricketing world, never mind the West Indies. And therefore, I guess it's like cricket is integral to the identity of being from Barbados in a way that it possibly isn't in some of the other Caribbean nations. Good fielding from Chaser Gully. Run out chance. Ooh. Do you know what? So this is the first, because I've been doing the watch parties for the West Indies Cricket Chat app. I haven't really been following too much in this World Cup what the commentators are actually saying. This is one of my first matches in a while for West Indies, certainly, where I'm actually listening to the commentators. Let me see if they start teething anything that we say on CCP. Anyways, end of the third over. USA 13 for 1. I'm awake now. I think people have realised I'm actually awake. That start I was down horrible in that start to the show. Big up the 106 of you in the live. If you're wondering why I'm even doing this watch along, it's only so I can stay awake for the match. You lot have an integral role to play in keeping me awake. If I didn't do this watch along, I'd already be passed out. That's a wide. That should be a no ball on the height. Oh, okay. They're going to say it's waist high. Nitesh Kumar wondering why that wasn't called a no ball. Anyways, McCoy into the attack. Shepherd dropped. I think that should be it for Shepherd's World Cup. Probably an admission from Sammy and Cole that they got it wrong by bringing Shepherd back, given the man had just literally been at home seeing his child being born. Shots. Backs away to leg, Nitish Kumar. And then just lofts that over extra cover for 4. Sometimes you have to appreciate the opposition. That was a shot. Neek says, didn't we have a crazy unbeaten record at Barbados? Yeah, we did once upon a time. Now we don't. Anyways, I'm eating Ferrero Rocher. 1:46 in the morning in the UK. I'm eating Ferrero Rocher, cuz. That's a shot as well. This time he goes leg side. Doesn't catch it fully. They'll come back for 2. Fielded in mid-wicket by Gudakesh Santokhi. Jay says shout out. Shout out for who? Ferrero Rocher. Shout out Ferrero Rocher. Shot again. No swing on offer. Kumar just stands up. Lofts that. In front of square. Front of square between mid-wicket and square. In front of square. Another 4. If that is mid-wicket. Good shot. 4 runs. Americans are up. Neek says my money is up because I've got Ferrero Rocher. Do you know I got Ferrero Rocher? So for those of you who don't know, I work in education. So I'm amongst many roles. I'm director of sixth form. So anyways, the year 13 students graduated on Thursday. We had their graduation, and I got enough presents. And soon, you see, when I got them presents, I put them to one side and I said, "You see that watch along on Friday? On Friday or Saturday morning, I'm eating enough of this stuff during the watch along." So that's what I'm doing. I'm eating my graduation presents, people. So my money isn't up. Sixth form money up though. Sixth form presents up. Right, USA doing all right so far. To be fair, early wicket's gone, but they've recovered well since then. 4 overs. Oh no, there's one more to go. Sorry, one more to go. I thought that was the end of the over. One more to go for Obed. I think if you miss your length on this pitch, I think there's... Oh, that's a bit better from Obed. Induces the booming drive, or what was it, an attempted cut? A bit quicker there by McCoy for his pace anyways. And doesn't get the edge, although there's better follow-up ball given what went earlier on in the over. 25 for 1. So I think based on the first 4 overs, based on what I've seen, there's more in the pitch for spinners, which should mean West Indies win. How quick will they realise that they should bring Chase into the attack, as well as Machel? Machel obviously comes into the attack out of the power play. Akil should bowl his 3 straight up. Although, on the Windies Cricket Chat app, when Badri was on, I said to young Badri, how comes they don't bowl Akil's 4 overs all the way through, particularly when you know you've got Ruston Chase as an option as well, right? So you could go Akil 4 overs in a row. So he'd bowl what? He'd bowl 1, gets it through cover. That's a good shot again. There's Americans in this crowd today. Oh, America aren't here for no joke thing, you know. Anyways, I was saying to Badri, how comes they just don't say to Akil, you bowl 1, 3, 5, 7, job done. Akil's obviously better up front. Backs away, punches that down the ground to long on for 1. In that game against England, sorry, I've already forgotten who we lost to. In the game against England, they brought Akil back in the 15th over. I was like, that's bizarre. Like, you know, Akil's strength is up front. Why save Akil's? Even if you save Akil to bowl 1 over outside the power play, it still should happen in the first half of the innings. Like, similar to the decision when they decided that Romaro Shepherd was going to bowl the 16th. It was like, why? There's no need to do this, right? So to me, Akil should bowl all of his 4 in a row, or certainly inside the first 10. Multi obviously controls the middle from over 7 to 14. And then if this pitch is playing how I think it's going to play, based on the first 4 and a bit overs I've seen, then you bring Chase on to also bowl another 3, maybe 4 if he's going well. So let's see how Powell rotates his bowlers today. So 32 for 1. 2 more overs left. 2 more balls left in the 5th over. It's a good start for the Americans. Good start. Cut. Fielded. That right. That's the end of the 4th over. It's the end of the fifth over, sorry. And West Indies, USA are 32-1. Still say West Indies in charge thus far in the power play. Obviously, we'll have to see how West Indies go when it's our turn. But USA will be happy with this start. Recovered well after losing Stephen Taylor early on in the, after 7 balls, maybe 8 balls. So all in one says this, even if 165 or whatever it is par, or 160, he says this looks like a 190 pitch pass score. We'll see. We'll see. Right, Alzari comes on to bowl the final over, of the power play. Right. That's right. So I've just realised that you pronounce this guy's name. This guy's name is Hulse. Andres Hulse. There's me calling him Goose. Andres Hulse. Anyways, angry Alzari into the attack. What? No ball? Blood fire. Alzari starts with a no ball, cuz. Free hit time. Fam, I want to go to bed, cuz. Andres Hulse. Anyways, Nitish Kumar will have the free hit. Let's see what angry. Well, follows Nitish with back to way to leg and actually gets away with the no ball. It's well bowled by Alzari. Sees the batter. I'd like to think he saw the batter backing away to the onside and followed him. Well, that's 4. Well, Alzari follows that up by going onto leg side, and House says, if you're going to bowl me rucks, I'm just going to smash that into the leg side for 4. No one there. The field hasn't been set for that kind of bowling, so Alzari bowls it for the field that wasn't set. Mecca needs to stand up. Can't hear them, cuz. Oh my god, that's smashed. Smashed. Smashed back with a point for 6. Fam. Oh, what the blood. Fam. We saw what House did to South Africa. Nearly took it home for the USA against South Africa. West Indies down bad pace bowlers look like they may go for runs today. It's a big 6. Oh, drop. Drop. Who's that? Is that Hussein? Oh, boy. Alzari. We love to drop off Alzari, though, you know. It's a short third man. Should have been taken. That's a big drop. That's a big drop there. Akil should have taken that. If House goes on to score a big whatever he scores, we'll remember that drop on 46. Oh, sure, I haven't taken any notes about this match for the show tomorrow. there were people in the CCP Discord saying that we need to destroy USA. And I said, boy, yeah, net run rate wise, yeah, we probably do. But I said, my thing was, and again, dross from Alzari, but luckily there's Johnson Charles is out there. I know there was the drop, but that was actually a rubbish over from Alzari. All sorts bowled in that over. Yeah, so I was making the point in the Steve Russell says your commentary is lousy. Well, turn on the TV then. Well, you don't have a feed. You think I'm here to do ball by ball commentary? Come on, man. What do you think a watch-along is? If you think a watch-along is here for me to do ball-by-ball commentary, you're sadly mistaken. Commentary, you know? After I'm not being paid. Fam, I'll tell. How about I just lock off this right now then? Go listen to Ian Bishop and what's his name? Carlos Brathwaite. Nah, man trying to get me mad out here. Commentary, you know? Let me punch up the screen right now. Man said commentary. Big 2 a.m. in the morning in UK. My eyes are burning and you're talking about commentary. You're lucky I'm even awake, cuz. Anyways, we're outside the power play. and Kudakesh Multi is into the attack. Kudakesh Multi is into the attack as expected. And this is where we should get some kind of control. USA should get West Indies should get some kind of control here. Although in an ideal world, we want Multi to actually take wickets through this middle phase rather than just control. This pitch looks like a pitch that Multi would get wickets on. And that looks like one right there. Yep, given out. Yep. Who was that? Kumar goes to the reverse sweep. I think that's out. Are they going to review it? They shouldn't. That looks like it was absolutely plumb. Right, so they're going to review it. So speaking of Multi taking wickets in the power play, he's already looks like he's got a wicket in the power play. This is somebody reviewing just because they're a top order batter, not because they genuinely believe they're not out. That looked plumb in real time. So I always hate when someone... let me see it first before I make this point. Is it pitching outside leg? No, in line. That's out. Come on, man. Come on. Anyways, I always hate when I see batters get out to the reverse sweep. Like, I know innovation and it's T20 cricket and this is what we expect to see nowadays, but do you need to do it? And some might say, oh, Machel, you're just saying that because he's just got out and it's all hindsight observations. But there's just... I think batters do the reverse sweep more than they actually need to do the reverse sweep. Did it pitch in line? Yes, that's out. Yeah. So that's the second wicket. So Multi strikes after 2 balls. I think if you've been with the watch along from the start, I did say that I thought the spinners would have a good time on this wicket. I'm not sure this is a wicket for the West Indian pacers because generally speaking, our pacers lack discipline. So again, if I'm Rovman Powell, I'm looking at Multi. First things first. If I'm Rovman Powell, I'm bowling Akil out now, and I'm telling Akil to bowl his 4 now, and then I'm possibly turning to Roston Chase soon after. So Aaron Jones in. He lit up the tournament right at the beginning with a sparkling knock against the Canadians. Has he done anything since that Canada knock, by the way? one of the stats guys in here tell me, has he done anything since the Canada knock? It was a great knock against Canada, and obviously kind of gave USA the lift off and made people at least sit up and go, wait, USA are here to do something. Positive cricket immediately from him, backs away to the onside from the jump. Didn't even wait to see the first ball. Right, thank you, stats people. He was good against Pakistan as well, apparently. If any of you are sitting there thinking, how come Smash doesn't remember what happened in other games? Fam, I'm not watching other games in the World Cup. The West Indies, once you watch, if you're from the UK, Charlie knows what I'm saying here. If you're from the UK and you're watching West Indies games in the World Cup, when you watch one game, you're down and out for the next 48 hours. So you think I got time to then watch any other games in the World Cup? Plus there's Euros going on. And then Copa America. Jamaica are playing Copa America tomorrow. Listen, I ain't got time to study anyone else. I'm just studying West Indies and that's it. I'm tired out here. Real tired. Copa America, Euros and World Cup all at the same time. Jamaica, when's Jamaica's game again? I swear Jamaica's game is 2:00 in the morning against Mexico. Sunday morning, and then West Indies is 1:30 Monday morning. This, nearly sneaks through. This whole weekend is mythical right now. Well, and the thing is, I might not even watch Reggae Boys, because it's Mexico. Like, I'll definitely watch the Venezuela match and the Ecuador match because one, we have a chance of winning them. But if Mexico have taken their proper squad to Copa, I might not watch it, I might just say, let's just hold the L, because I already know that Coach Halgrimson is just going to set us up to draw 0-0 and maybe score a goal via a set piece. So am I really going to destroy my sleep to see us do an England performance? I don't know, I don't know if I can do it to myself. Anyways, Alzari back into the attack, down the leg side, nonsense wide, reload that one. Formula One? No, I'm not giving up my time for Formula One. I stopped watching Formula One after the GOAT era. Like the Schumacher, Senna, Nigel Mansell, even Damon Hill can get into the GOAT era. I stopped watching after that GOAT era, Anyways, third ball of the over. Downtown. Aaron Jones takes an Alzari as just downtown, over cow corner, deep mid wicket. Alzari put the red anger emojis in the chat, people. Alzari down angry right now. Alzari is down angry. Yeah, there's nothing in this wicket for our pacers. Our pacers don't have... Remember before the World Cup, for those of you who are proper CCP fans, and... Because what tends to happen with CCP is I'll get people who dip into CCC, maybe... Good bouncer. Maybe haven't been watching it from the start, so don't understand what I'm like and what Santoki's like. But those of you who do watch will know that before the World Cup started, I'd been going on and on, particularly during that England series, about I don't think we have a bowling attack for the World Cup. And then obviously in our group stages, people got tricked into thinking, okay, maybe West Indies, because actually the batting didn't show up in the group stages beyond the no pressure game against Afghanistan. Some individuals showed up, but the batting's not really shown up, right? And the bowlers have outperformed the batters. But my thing prior to this World Cup for a long time was saying, I don't think we have the ability to defend scores that are just par or the ability to restrict sides that are like on the up, right? Because Because what tends to happen with our pacers, I'm not talking about Akil and Multi, I'm talking about our pacers. What tends to happen to our pacers when we're down bad is they seem to all resort to, well, I'll just bang it into the ground halfway down the wicket and frighten them with pace. And then the opposition just go, well, I'm just going to lick you down for 6 now. Anyways, this one is maybe out. It don't look like he's got enough on it. Gone. Alzari gets him. So just as I say that, and the thing is, though, some people might say, oh, Mash, you've just been proven that you don't know what you're talking about. But it was actually the same delivery from Alzari. Maybe slightly back of a length, but it was still banging it into the pitch. That's no criticism. He's got the wicket, and at the end of the day, the wicket is all that matters. House will know that shot was on. That ball was there to be hit. He's just not executed, and he's out. Good for us. House goes 29 of 16. West Indies on top. But the point remains for me, does our pace attack have the natural variations that you need for the T20 game? I would say no, but who cares? Well, USS, at this point in time, who cares? USA are 60 for free after 7.5, and we're going to win this game. Yeah, a lot of these USA players have big bellies. So we're going to win this, but again, I point out that was never in doubt. I've been saying from the jump that we'll beat USA. All that really matters is how good the win is. That's all I'm really studying today, and not how good stylistically, just how good bare numbers. Like how they do it is irrelevant to me. Just in terms of numbers, how good is it? All in One says Corey Anderson has become very big. Surprised he's still playing at such a high level. Yeah, but I don't know how familiar people in the chat are with the United States. You have to remember, right? I haven't been to the United States in a while, actually. Certainly not since COVID. I used to go quite a bit because I've got so many friends and family there. But the thing with the USA is that, and I can only compare it to the UK, what we think is a large portion of food in the UK is medium in the USA. So it's very easy in the USA to order something basic. It's very easy in the USA to order something basic and you just turn fat just by eating basic food, because their basic portion, just standard portion, is about 7,000 calories. You actually have to deliberately say to the people, give me the small, because their small is what we are used to just eating on a normal one. So it's no surprise that cricketers out there would get big and fat. Right, so who's into attack? Multi bowling his second over. Yeah, if I ever lived in the United States, I'd be waddling like Rakeem Cornwall within 4 months. You know, like when your thighs just chafe together. That would be me still after 4 months. Pure calories. You think I'm running as well in the hot sun? Madness, depending on which state you're in. No way. If I lived in Texas, fam, I'd be bigger than Rakeem if I lived in Texas. But if I lived in one of them cold ones, I might run still. So, USA, the man who said lousy commentary, that's what people come to this live watch along for, to find out that I'll be bigger than Rakeem Cornwall. They're not coming here for the commentary. Right, so Gudakesh Santoki doing what he does. Gudakesh is probably, he's lost his line there though, but there's cover out, there's protection out in the covers. So where are we? So USA 64 for 3 off 8.5. Do you know what though? It's what did Drew say again? Drew said pass score is 156, I think he said. So people look at this 65 for 3. Don't get me wrong, West Indies are well on top. People look at this 65 for 3 off 9 and be like, USA gonna lose this. And they will. But until we bat, you just don't know how much of this is dotting up because the pitch is a bit harder to play true on than people think. So Dhruv is back. I thought it would be. If you say Dhruv's name, it's like the Thundercat symbol. If you just go Dhruv, 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 like a Thundercat symbol goes out in the sky, and you know Dhruv will come back immediately with comment. That's why I don't even ask him for the stats. I just say his name, and I know a stat will come very, very quickly afterwards. So anyways, Dhruv says pitch looks a bit better batting, and they do bring Chase in, like I said they should, and he bowls him down. Ruston Chase, Thanos in his homeland with the wicket, bowls him down. Who's that? Jones? Yeah, Aaron Jones gone. 11 off 11. Jones goes for the slug sweep, gone. So, again, for those, there's 166 of you in the live at the moment. If you missed it earlier on, I said don't bowl pace. I said as soon as we get out of the power play, just go multi, tell multi. I would have bowled Akil I don't even know why Akil's not just bowled his allocation as well. I would see next over. Don't bowl Akil. Don't bowl multi. Sorry, bowl Akil. Make Akil finish his. Chase continues at his end. Multi comes back to bowl his final 2 and just try and stifle USA with wickets now, and then only turn to our down bad pacers at the back end. But by which point USA would have lost so many wickets and gone so slow that they're under too much pressure anyway. I wouldn't be doing this. Oh, now we'll bring back Dre and this, that, and the other. Just bowl the spin. USA obviously can't cope. That said, against South Africa, weren't USA something like 75 for 6, maybe? 75 for 7? I swear they were in a serious situation against the South Africans and then somehow nearly made a match of it. They were definitely down something terrible against South Africa. Right. Osprey says, great stuff. 2 more wickets and this game is done. To be fair, this game's already done. We're just waiting for the 20 overs to be done. The only thing I'm watching now is if we have to go back to our down bad pacers to finish this match. That's why down the leg side, bowl, rebowl that one from Chase. Liam says, did I go to the island when we win this match yesterday? No, I'm going next week. So I've sorted out all the media stuff for that. So you'll see some got another member of the CCP community. This is why the CCP community is unmatched on match. There's some members of CCP who are going to the game next week as well. So I'll be meeting up with them in Ireland next week, and one of them is a videographer. So expect to see some good content, professional looking content next week. He's going to be doing some stuff with me for CCP, going to interview some of the players, the new head coach for the academy. So yeah, got some stuff planned for that academy match next week. Look out for that. CCP doing stuff that nobody else is doing. So yeah, for those who don't know, the academy lost they lost all 3 of the list day matches. Some a bit closer than others. Certainly should have won one of those matches. And then they lost the first 4-day match by, I want to say, 70 something runs. So the final match of the tour starts on Tuesday next week. So yeah, so I'll be there for that one. Are we going to all the test matches? Yeah. So this morning the ECB got back to myself and Santoki and said that CCP has got media accreditation for all of the test matches. So we'll be there at all of them, but just not at all of the days of all of the test matches. Remember, people, Santoki and I have got full-time jobs. We can't afford to cover this stuff. Like, it always surprises me if people think that like we're getting paid for this stuff. We're fans of the West Indies who just happen to have built a media enterprise that allows us to get accreditation to go places, but we don't actually get paid. Although I am expecting some kind of outlets now that we've got it. I wouldn't be surprised if some outlets reach out to us and say, "Hold a minute, these guys are outside. Let's get them involved." But so yeah, we'll be at Lords. I'll be at Lords for day 1, day 2, and day 4. Santoki's going to all 5 days at Lords. Trent Bridge, I think I'm there for 2 of the days of Trent Bridge. Can't remember how many Santoki's doing. And then Edgbaston. I think I'm there 2 or 3 days of the Edgbaston one, because by the time Edgbaston happens, all of the schools are on holiday, so I'm basically free. So I'll be there for Edgbaston, and then I'll be in Trinidad for the South Africa Test match later on in August. Right, okay. Back to the match. So, yeah, exactly. So Kevin says, will West Indies last 4 days? So Kevin, it's actually a good point, and this is one of the reasons why none of the days I'm going on the 5th day, because I've just assumed that every single test match against England will be over inside 4 days. So I'm not going to any of the 5th day. If any of the test matches against England go to a 5th day, it's because West Indies must be on the verge of winning. But I'm assuming all matches will be over inside 4. Anyways, let's update the score. So we're at the halfway stage of the game, and do you know what? I forgot. I knew Scotland had licked us down in the last World Cup in the qualifiers. I didn't realise they licked us down by that much, you know. I forgot that's how much they licked us down by. Do you know what I'm saying? I forgot that Scotland licked us down by that much in the last World Cup. People need to remember that the game that we lost to Scotland in the World Cup qualifiers, they licked us down in that one as well. That one wasn't close either. Listen, Scotland just lick us down, you know. They're not even close games. They just destroy us. When I did that show with Jared Kimber the other day, he was saying, I know Osprey's in the chat, he's Scottish. Jared was saying that if Scotland had a functional cricket board, he was like, Scotland should have been a full member before Ireland, but just Ireland have a more functional cricket board than Scotland do. But uncles always get upset when I say that Scotland are on the same level as us, so let me just shut my mouth. Right, so USA 71 for 4. Oh, thank you to Ronald Honda with the super chat. Is that yen? Is that yen, Ronald? Japanese super chat just out here. Big up Japanese super chat. Speaking of Japanese, sorry, let me leave up on the screen. Speaking of Japanese, if that is indeed Japanese, I'm really loving Okada's work in AEW. Who knew that Kazuchi Okada had, obviously everyone knows he's one of the best wrestlers in the world, but who knew, well I didn't, who knew that his kind of comedic timing and kind of I don't say off-camera work would be top tier. Yeah, so really enjoying Okada's work in AEW. Some people sitting there now going, "What? What made you go with that bar? What's the reference?" Watch wrestling, people. Anyways, let's get back to the game. It's good bowling from Dre. Right, so score predictor is 146. Druv said that par is 156, but Druv has also said that this looks better than a 156 pitch. I don't know Druv yet if I agree with that. It's certainly, I think if you bowl half trackers and bang it into the pitch, the ball is there to be hit. I think if you are disciplined in your line and length, it's down the leg side. I think if you're disciplined that in your line and length and bowl to your field, you'll get a bit of grip and a slight bit of movement off the surface. I agree with Driv on this though. USA, yeah, it's been maybe a bit of inexperience, just a bit few many rash shots. Remember, who got was it Nitesh got out to the reverse sweep? What's his name? Jones tried a slug sweep. House, that ball was actually there to be. That's through point. Only gets 2. House's one was there. Oh, they're going to come back. Yep. Yeah, it gets the 2. He should be in. Yes, anyways, House, that ball was actually there to be hit for 6. So you could argue it's been down to USA's poor execution. Anyways, I don't know. We'll see. That looked into me. Oh, yeah, this is Welling. There's a few wrestling comments in the chat. All in, so just for the wrestling fans out there, All In last year at Wembley that I went to was amazing. Absolutely amazing. And I still don't think AEW have been given enough credit for being able to promote. Remember, AEW is only 5 years old, and they managed to promote a show at Wembley and what, do 75,000 plus. And that's without the stars that they've even got now. Yeah, it was big. It was a real big show. Like, it was one of the few wrestling shows I've come out of, big shows, where I've come out of and gone, yep, that was worth my money. That experience was top tier. I don't know if I'm going this year, though. I feel like the first time was like they could never match that again. But given that Swerve is champion, I feel like I've got to go. Go rep and support. Where's the associate fans? Do USA have any good spinners? Yeah, man on the third man. Right, okay, where are we? Verdi says, what happened to your talk? I presume you mean Talk Sports gig. Does this mean you're going to commentate on the football? So basically what's happened with Talk Sport, so Talk Sport got in touch with me around the time of the England series in the Caribbean and essentially said, listen, we know you've been doing your stuff on CCP. We know you've done some stuff with, we know that you've got some experience of talking on the mic. Do you fancy coming in for the England series, do some of the T20 games? And I said, well, yeah, of course. I didn't know at the time that I was going to be doing ball by ball. I thought they were just going to get me on there just to just chat. Turned up on the first game and they're like, yeah, you're doing ball by ball. I was like, oh, snap. So that was a massive learning curve. So yeah. But I enjoyed it. And then sugar, actually, do you know what? Asked me to tell that story has just reminded me of something. Flipping hell. Where's that? Anyway, so the point is, they always said after that gig, listen, we may have some more stuff for you in the future. So, like, effectively, keep our number. And then obviously they came back to me a couple of months ago when the Antigua Tourist Authority was over here doing that promote Antigua stuff. And they were like, listen, we'd really love for you to go and interview Viv, Andy Roberts, Richie, and Kirtley, because we want to do some content for Talk Sport. So I said, and it was at Lord's, and they were like, yeah, okay. I was like, cool, of course you're going to say yes to that. So did that, and they were really happy with that as well. So I don't know. I don't know if more stuff will come up. We'll see. I don't know. Depends what they get the rights for. I think if they get rights to anything that is West Indian, then yeah, they may come back to me to do some stuff. Slower ball into the pitch. Yeah, well ball from what's his name? Well bowled or Obed. So yeah, we'll see. Football commentary. I know far more about football, particularly at the non-league level. So I with football I do more. I write more for football than I do commentary stuff. I've done some BBC stuff for football before, but people, I think, which is my own fault because I set up CCP, people have assumed that cricket is my thing, not football, not realising that I followed Bromley home and away since the age of 14. Like, like when people talk to me about Bromley, like if it's a publication and they find out, what, you've been watching them since early days, they're like, I'm like, yeah, bro, I've been outside. Cuz. Right, so USA, bit of a slow moment in the game, but they may not mind this, Obviously, they're dotting up a bit and should want to rotate strike a bit more. But if they can not lose a wicket and take this to 15 overs, they may say to themselves, we've got a chance of setting something. We got a chance of giving ourselves something to bowl at. I think they're going to lose, but set something. Rubbish from McCoy there, but again, there's a fielder out there. I think that should have been put away. So, Millins 9 off 12, Corey Anderson 6 off 12. So Obed McCoy back in to Corey Anderson down the leg side. Roll bowl that one again. Wide. Just a bit of a nothing stage of the match at this moment in time. USA are trying to reconsolidate and probably playing a bit of fearful cricket. Trying not to lose another wicket because they kind of know how critical this pair are. but they're also not really rotating that much. Drop and run there from Corey. All in One channel says if USA can keep wickets in hand, they can score 150. I think 150 might be a stretch. Although this looks like a 4. Well, that's well played by Millens there. It's well played. So actually, what looked like being just another middling over turns into an 8-run over off the back of that boundary at the back of the last ball of the over. So actually, 8 off that's a good over for USA just because of that boundary. It turns into a good over. So USA 88 for 4 from 13. 7 overs left of the USA innings. Current run rate 6.77. Chase continues. Let me look at. See who's. See, right, okay, so Multi's still got 2. Looks like Akil's not going to bowl a 4th. Again, like I say, I always find that tactic. I find that tactic of not bowling Akil all 4. I find it baffling. Really find it baffling. I don't understand why. That's gone. LBW. Anderson gone. He'll review it. I reckon he'll review it, but that's plum. Yeah, he's not reviewing it. Yeah, Milind Kumar says, off you go. That was a dreadful innings. Yeah, just crashing into the middle of stumps. Yep, so hopefully the best case scenario from here for me is that this game is done by 4 o'clock. Maybe 4:30 if I'm lucky. Because USA ain't going to post anything of any significance. And West Indies should be looking at this going, well, we'll just chase this down really quickly. The West Indies have already bowled themselves into a situation where they can chase this relatively quickly and help their run rate. Whether it goes like that, well, that's another story altogether. Right, looks like we've got another wicket coming based on what people are putting in the chat here. Yep, gone. Yeah, so leading edge straight to point. Very easy. And Harmeet Singh goes. Yeah, this is good. This is very good. So Chase doing the job. And again, I make the point. Why go back to Pacers? Just no point. Just ask. So Multi's got 2 left. Akil's got 1. And after this over, Chase will have 1. Right? So you can just bowl 4 overs of spin now. I don't see any point. I don't see any point in going back to Pacers. Just let the spinners do their thing. Anyways, USA 88 for 6. This is fantastic for my sleep. Right, so let's see what Chase does for the hat-trick ball. Yeah, well, the hat-trick ball was filth. Good shot. But there should be protection. See me. I'm a person who will never treat a head of state with any kind of deference. I'm not a dickhead. Impossible. Whether I voted to elect you or not, you ain't better than me. That's why I'm Bunner royal family as well. You are not better than me. So I'll never treat anybody who is put in a position of so-called power with deference. You're just doing a job, just like I'm doing a job. Anyways, that's enough for me on that. So, West USA 91 for 6, 14 overs gone. This game is there's just nothing. If you wonder why I'm not really talking, it's because we're just waiting for this to end. Really, there's nothing really in this. USA have lost this, so we're just kind of just sometimes how sometimes in cricket matches you already know what the result is, so you just kind of, particularly in T20s, so you're just kind of just waiting for the inevitable. So Alzari is back. I don't really know why. I don't know if they're just giving him overs. So my thing is this, right? And maybe I don't understand cricket, so who am I? But you've seen that on this track, the United States batters haven't known how to play the spin, right? So why go to Alzari? You remember, let me remind people, Akil still has 1, Moti still has 2, Chase still has 1. I don't get it. Like, is it like they have a like it's a right-hander on strike, right? Not that I'm saying you always have to do the left-hand orthodox to a right-hander, but is it that there's already a pre-arranged plan where it's like, right, Alzari bowls, what over in, yeah. So is it like we already have a pre-arranged plan where like Alzari bowls the 15th over no matter what? Because why else? Why else would you do it? There's no need to do it. Like, this doesn't seem like one of those wickets where you get to the last 5 overs and you're like, well, we can't bowl the spinners anymore. We're in the last 5 overs. Just bowl who's done well. Mr. Casanova says Alzarri is our strike bowler with the most wickets. Yeah, he is. He is, and he's often maligned because he always seems so inconsistent. But you're right, statistically, he's got our most wickets. However, in this game, has he looked like he's on job? No. So, however, all 3 spinners have looked like they're on job. So, at this stage of the game, I don't know why you'd go back to Alzarri unless it's inflexibility of changing from whatever the plan was. Anyways, it's not like he's going for licks. They've milked him for 4 off 5. So, I mean, it's an all right over. But if the plan was to go for the kill, I wouldn't bowl Alzarri now. Right, that's the end of the over. So, I mean, there's only 4 off the over. You would hope and assume that Chase will bowl the next one. That would then bowl Chase out. So, are we really... I guess what I'm saying is, there's 2 right-handers on strike. Are we really going to bowl all 20 overs and Moti's only going to bowl 2? So, we're going to go... Are we really going to go for this game? And Moti didn't bowl out. Akil didn't bowl out. But both of them, let me just remind everyone, Machel has gone at 4.3. Moti has gone at 4, right? Obed's gone at 10. Alzari's gone at 9.6, a 10 as well. Are we going to end the game with Moti and Akil not bowling out? Like, I mean, we're nitpicking. We're nitpicking because we're going to win this game anyways, but it just doesn't make sense. So, all in one says a spinner goes for running the death over, so they don't want to take the risk. Well, this is the 16th over and Chase is bowling, so I don't buy that. Who's this Donny, anyways? Do you know what? Oh, was it Van Schalwick or something who came out? It's a good shot through the covers. Should be protection, deep cover. Oh, no, it's gone through. Gone through. Looked like he just pushed it, but Van Schalwick gets a boundary and USA bring up their century. So USA get their century. Like I say, they're going to lose this game, but there's a little stat mark for them. Virginia Volleyball says West Indies is hosting the World Cup and empty stands. Why? My friend, there's fans, there's people in the ground for this game. What are you talking about? If you're talking about why they're not fans in the early morning games, money half a mech. Like, you are not going to, in a game where the West Indies aren't playing, you're just not going to fill a ground at 10:30 in the morning in the Caribbean. No way. The bigger issue that people have to ask themselves, and Virginia is spamming, right? But the bigger issue people have to ask themselves is when you host a World Cup in the Caribbean, because travel in the Caribbean is so expensive, it's virtually impossible to fill stadiums outside of West Indies games. It's not like sorry. So let me give you an example. The European Championships are currently taking place in Germany, right? I've had the pleasure of being to Germany many times. Germany is a super efficient country in terms of getting from place A to place B. So you can go to Germany and know that there are several travel options to get you from, let's say, the stadiums in Munich, and then maybe go to a game which is in Cologne, right? Whereas in the Caribbean, they know boat, much less train, much less functioning bus service. So if you for a Caribbean World Cup, you basically have to base yourself in one island, maybe two if you're lucky, and you're just watching the games in those one or two nation islands, because there's nowhere else. Like, you can't do it. You can't afford it. Right, so who's getting this next over? Didn't even pay attention. Who's got the 17th? Is it a pacer? Oh, it's Multi. So Multi's come back to bowl the 17th. That's rank from Multi. Just drags that down, and that's rightly dispatched for 4. Now, let's say Multi goes for licks in this over. People are going to say this is why we didn't bowl him. This is why we weren't bowling the spinners, or at the death. But I just want to point out that my point was, which I said ages ago, bowl the spinners up front and let the pacers do their stuff at the back end, because we know the pacers might be down bad. What's the partnership for these two? I feel like they've put on something here. Let's see. Yeah, well, okay, 20 runs is nothing major, but it feels like something major given how much the wickets are falling. Yeah, they've gone to run a ball 20 from 20. This is about as good as it can get for the States right now. Like, maybe the occasional 4, but generally speaking, a runner ball and the occasional 4, and they may end up posting 135-ish maybe. That's the end of that over. 6 off it. 6 off it. Right, Dhruv. Let's say, because I don't really understand net run rate calculations. Let's say USA posts, let's just give them a nominal total of 130, maybe 135. Let's say that's what they end up with. What is a realistic / ideal way for West Indies to win the game that significantly helps their run rate prior to the South Africa game, please? Because I don't really understand net run rate, how they do the calculations for it. So assuming USA make 130, what is the realistic? I don't want like, right, Andre Russell back into the attack, punch down the ground. He may dissect the 2. Yep. Doesn't just dissect, it's gone to the boundary before anyone's moved. So yeah, what's the saying? So if USA make 130, what is a realistic win? What is a realistic win that helps the run rate? Oh, run out. Oh. Milind. Ball watching. Ball watching. Didn't even wait to see if the ball beat fine leg, short fine leg who was up. Just started running. Yeah, what? I don't know. I mean, maybe Milind will say it's Van Schouwik's fault because Van Schouwik was ball watching in reality. But why is Milind running? Why is Milind running before the ball's even beat the fielder? I don't understand. So, anyways, whatever. Wicket's gone. Milind Kumar goes for 19. Right, so Dhruv has shown me, has given us the stats. So, if USA score 140 and West Indies chase it down in 13, we go ahead of South Africa in net run rate. Okay, so then so this is why a lot of people were at me on Twitter or X saying it's not as hard as people think it is for West Indies to pass South Africa. Just it all depends on how well they beat USA. So right, okay, so Sean says if USA score 130 and West Indies win the game in 14.5 overs, net run rate becomes irrelevant as long as we win. Okay, I hear you. Okay, I hear you, people. So that South Africa game, is there anyone there? Gone. Right, Van Schouwik gone, deep point. So this game's over soon. So never mind 130 people. Readjust what you're saying. Dre's bowled really well today. 3 wickets he's got. 3 wickets for 17. Right, so based on what Dhruv and Sean are saying, what you're effectively saying to me, if I'm understanding your analysis right, is West Indies should pass South Africa's run rate today. Unless this pitch is harder to bat on than people think. So effectively, they can come out in this power play, smash the ball about, down leg side. That's a wide, isn't it? Should be put away as well. Nanny Core 4 says hello. Hello. Well, Ali Khan's just hit a massive 6. Oh, do you know what? I wonder if Santoki's awake. I forgot to even update anything on... Oh, snap. 6 followed by 4. So Ali Khan is currently having the best day of his life. West Indies doing what they do, which is give a cricketer the best day of their life. In my whole life watching West Indies, we have always given a cricketer the best day of their life, and it looks like Ali Khan's about to. This is Ali Khan's highest ever T20 score, certainly internationally. In fact, did Badri just say he's never scored an international T20 run? Anyways, Alzari back in. Angry Alzari is back in. Let's see if he can maintain his. Let's see if he can bowl a proper line and maintain his discipline and just get this over and done with. Dot ball. Oh no, they'll get a single on the overthrow. Now, Osprey told us that these United States tailenders really can't bat. Well, we've given Ali Khan 10 off 2. In fact, Osprey right on cue that we've given Khan and Van Shalwick their highest T20 international scores today. So there you go, giving people the best day of their life. Yeah, Khan showing with that shot there. They don't know what he's doing out there. So Multi and Akil bowled 6 overs between them today on a pitch which was gripping for spinners. I mean, like I say, we're going to win, so maybe it doesn't matter in the grand scheme of things, but it's certainly questionable. Wait, what? Oh, there's a review going on. Didn't even see anything to review, but let's see. They reckon that Ali Khan nicked this off. I just thought Ali Khan was swishing at thin air. Oh, maybe there's a noise there, actually. There might be a noise there. A little tickle. Nope. Nope. Osprey with the facts. Kenjingi. What's his name? Kenjig. Anyway, he needs one more run. So far, two of the USA tailenders have got their best scores ever. T20 internationals. One more could get their best ever score as well. Bear in mind, people, that USA normally play. Bear in mind that USA usually play down bad teams, right? No, surely he's not got away with that. Gone, yeah. Yeah, so Kenjigi doesn't get his highest score. Alzari gets a wicket. Kenjigi plays the type of shot that I would have played if I was out there. Dunce batting, he goes for 1. Ramp nonsense. Puran didn't even move. He just stood there and took the catch. Mr. Casanova says our best bowler finishes well. Alzari's not our best bowler. Come on, be serious. Be serious now. Right. One more ball left of the 19th. USA looking like they will not bat. USA look like they won't bat out the 20. I'd assume someone will get them out. Yeah, see, none of these states tail enders can bat. Nanny, I don't think it's England's run rate you need to care about. It will be South Africa. Essentially, the way things are panning out, you may have missed it already in the chat, is that the South Africa game will just be a winner-takes-all game, dependent on what West Indies, depending on what West Indies do, depending on what West Indies do to chase down these runs. It looks like it'll just be winner-takes-all. Right, so Dre will bowl the 20th over. He's bowled well today. 2 for 28 off 3. And Ali Khan is able to work that in front of square. They'll come back for 2 for it. That's actually well run, to be fair. I'm actually surprised USA have might make it to 130. I thought we'd bowl them out cheaper than this, given how they've been batting. But that's not enough. That's nowhere near. They haven't got anything near enough, but they've given themselves something down the ground. Then he hasn't connected with all of it. He gets 1. Did he even run? Yeah, ran. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's a good point from Carlos Brathwaite. Dre's bowled well today, but what was the point of putting Obed in the team if you're not going to give him the death over? Isn't that what he's good at? Or isn't that his point almost? Interesting thoughts. Javed, thoughts on Johan Lane bowling in Ireland? It's been hard, Javed, because we haven't really had any media out of Ireland. Cricket West Indies have barely posted about the tour as if it's not going on. You'll get more out of what I do in Ireland than West Indies themselves have posted about what's going on in Ireland. Obviously, Johan took what was it, a 9? Was it 9 wickets he took in the match? So obviously he's up. But I would have preferred to actually see some real footage out of the game. Right, the drought. Travalka can't bat, obviously. Right, it looks like we're all out. Or USA is all out, I should say. So that's the end of the innings, thank God. Right, Netravalka takes on Russell and is caught at log on by Robert Powell. Good diving catch. And that is the end of that. USA 128 all out. Dealt with them as I expected us to deal with them. They're not a good team. Don't let their win over Pakistan gas you up. This is how we should have treated USA. And we will need 129 to win. We will win this game. We'll win it relatively straightforward. The question now turns to how quickly So the question now just turns to how quickly will we win this match rather than whether we will win this match. So all good on that front. I'm just going to wait to see. Yeah, that's fine. I'm going to take a 10-minute break. I'll see you all in 10 minutes for the restart. I'm flipping ecstatic because USA haven't made that much. We're going to win this inside 15 overs, you would imagine. Well, okay, let me rephrase. Okay, maybe maybe 15. I don't know. We should try to win this inside 15 overs, but we don't know how true the pitch is really playing. I think winning it inside 15 overs is a reasonable expectation. Anything over 15 overs, and we still got the W, which is all that matters. But then we can have question marks after that. Right, so people, this game's over. I might be back in my bed by 4:30, which I'm really excited about. Well done, West Indies. We're going to win this match. I'll be back in 10. Yeah, I'll be back in 10 minutes for the chase. See you lot in a bit. Yes, people, I'm back. Just setting something up. Oh, fuck's sake. Right, okay, 1 second, people. Still trying to get my thing up. Everyone's got their eyes on net run rate. I've got my eyes on the clock to go to bed. Right. Okay, here we go. Time for the reply. Let's see. Sorry, people. Let's see how we go in the power play. Based on what everyone's saying in the Discord, or all the stats people are saying in the Discord, West Indies' real target is to basically win this inside 17 overs. Win it inside 15 overs, and we go above South Africa's net run rate anyway. Win it inside 17 overs, and you start... Sorry, win it in... And anything after 17 overs, or maybe like 16.5, whatever, it starts to become about how much we have to beat South Africa by. First one, Holt beats you in the middle of the bat. Doesn't beat the covers, though. So 2 right-handers at the crease. Oh, sorry, it was... Sorry, I'm talking about. It was with King as well, so that's nothing new. High on the spice of the bat. The second one, no run. So most people are saying Netravalka and Ali Khan, it's their spell up front which decides. Oi, bit of hint of swing. Hint of swing. Got a bit of a leading edge there for Hope. Turns him inside out. Right. That little hint of swing that Netravalka just got. If he gets that hint of swing to Johnson Charles, Charles is out. If he even gets a tiny bit of hint of swing, he's bowling Charles through the gate. That one, no swing. Charles doesn't beat mid off, no run. Right, so Osprey, who watches a lot of associate cricket, says that US Netravalka is the main guy. US spinners are not great. I'm intrigued to see how Ali Khan goes, actually, because he's used to bowling on Caribbean wickets. US spinners are not great, should be easy pickings. Yeah, I hear they're not great, but I don't think you have to be great. Oi, full shot. I don't think you have to be great to get wickets with spin against West Indies. You just have to kind of put it in the right spot. I think my stream's a bit slow, but we work with it all the same. One off the final ball, and that's the end of the first over. 3 without loss. So, have you noticed Have you noticed that? Have you noticed that we're in the Mecca, and the DJ hasn't played Sweet Caroline once in the whole match, which means it is a deliberate choice by our own West Indian DJs to pander to Englishmen and women. Instead of us playing our own music and creating an atmosphere for our own fans, we obviously deliberately choose to make the English fans, when they turn up, as comfortable as possible. Shameful. Anyways, Kenjigi will open up with Netravalka. He'll bowl next. I've paid no attention to these USA bowlers, so I know I've seen Netravalka and Ali Khan. Let's see. So they start up with spin. I don't think that's a bad thing. Like, even if they're not good, I don't think it's a bad idea to see if any of the West Indians are susceptible, particularly Mr. Charles. I mean, ultimately, Charles is going to plant his front foot and swing through the line, so we'll see. Right. Charles backs away massively to the onside. Kenjigi follows him. Can't be the man on the 45, but there's a misfield, so Charles gets off strike. Yeah, so Shea Hope gives the next one the treatment, and rightly so. Just sits up for him, and just swivels on that and pulls it high over square leg for 6. It wasn't even square, it was mid-wicket. Deep mid-wicket even. Okay, see how he follows up. A bit fuller. Hope just tucks that into the onside for 1. Just seeing West Indies dot ball consumption. Next one also worked in the onside for 1. End of the second over. West Indies 13 without loss. Yep, so positive start thus far. Do you know what? Just because we're gonna win, I'm gonna count the dots. Because it's just something to do. So in our first 12 balls, we've had 4 dots thus far. So I'm going to do a dot ball count, and I'm going to do a boundary count, just because Yeah, next one. Next one from Hope. Next one from Hope over mid-on. Over mid-on. A couple bounces to 4-4. Right, here I am. This one doesn't beat extra cover, no run. So we've had 5 dots so far in 14 balls. Sean says, do they know we need to chase this down onto 15 overs? Yeah. And I think they probably will, to be fair. I'm expecting them to. I think. Santoku's sleeping, I believe. Through the covers, glorious from Hope for 4. Beats cover, extra cover. Yeah, this is there's no drama in this match whatsoever. Quincy says if King comes back, Hope must play. King has been replaced. Mayers is in the squad now. Sakurai says, can we bring back King if he gets better? I don't think so. I think once you're replaced, right? I think that's how it works. Also because it has to be officially approved by the ICC, so I would assume no. Right, so yeah, no run there. I didn't count the dots there, you know, so 7 dots. So 3 overs gone, and yeah, we are 23 without loss, 10 off that over. Shea Hope 18 off 11. Johnson Charles 4 off 7. All right, so Ali Khan gets so Kanjigi gets 1 over. And Ali Khan replaces Oh, first one into the pitch. Beats Hope. Hope's through the shot before it really gets to him. Pace off into the pitch. This one's a bit fuller, a bit straighter. They run a quick single, or do they not? No, they did not run a single. Hope wanted it, but Charles, in fact, no, Charles didn't send him out. They just turned it down. Yeah, so India will, just seeing that it's India-Bangladesh tomorrow. So India will beat Bangladesh. They'll basically be through. It's just whether how badly Australia... Well, will Australia beat Afghanistan? So we could have a situation where India and Australia are both through after 2 games to be into the semis. I think that's what everyone expects. It's just who are the 2 teams from our group that will join India and Australia. Did they just say inclement weather? Did they just say that? Did I miss Bish saying that? I swear I just heard him say at the end there will be some weather problems. Possibly. Right, Ali Khan into Hope. 4th ball of the over. I believe this is about to go for 6. Indeed it is. Hope latches onto it immediately. Smashes that over mid-wicket. There's no one there anyways. No one in deep mid-wicket, and that's 6. Hope moves to 24. Hope basically trying to play himself into the side. It may just be that going forward it's Hope and Charles. I don't think they'll bring Mayers in. I don't think they'll bring Mayers in, come what may. Full toss turns, beats the man on the 45. It's another 4 by Hope. Ali Khan loses the Yorker, turns into a full toss on the hips, and yeah, Hope turns that past the man on the 45. Ends with a dot. Yeah, so all those people saying we should try to win this in 14, looking good so far. For those who are on dot ball watch, of the 24 balls we've faced, 11 of them have been dots. So we're also looking good for 50 dot balls as well. So we're looking good to win it in the amount of time we need to win it by. And we're looking good to rack up 50 dot balls as well. Run a ball. Very, very easy and straightforward for the West Indies. Like I say, winning isn't even questionable. How much we win by is all we should be watching. So Harmeet Singh now gets a ball. So, yeah, there. 1 bounce 4. So Charles finally gets a boundary. It was up there in his slot. Charles plants his front foot. wasn't. I need to look it again. Was it hit through cleanly? Yeah, it's just brute force, isn't it? I mean, gets to the pitch of the ball, plants his foot, and mid-on is up. Or long on, sorry, is up. Yeah, Harmeet under the pump. My Sports says, Mash, I'm pretty sure you were in support of Charles being in the team at the beginning of the tournament. Well, we had no option. Who else was going to be in the team? We don't have another opener. So, rather than whether I was in support or not, the reality is there's no one else. This bowling by Harmeet Singh is rubbish, by the way. Yeah, Hope playing a good innings here. Right, final ball of the 5th over. They run one, and that is the N9 off it. Oh, this USA spin bowling is useless. Hold on, people. Just need to get a tissue. Remove myself. Right, we back. So who's bowling? Van Shalwick is into the attack. Yeah. Glorious 4 from Hope. I mean, the bowling's rubbish, isn't it? Like, it's not very good. This time stopped in the covers. Yep, another one. Another 6. Hope doing everything he can to make sure he ain't getting dropped. The one thing I'll say about Barbadians, they're really bossy about their own. You know, that's not criticism. Someone's slapped, but this time there is a man at long on. Yeah, they'll really promote their own. That's clever by Charles. It's another 4. Yeah, this is this USA attack doesn't have the skill set on this pitch to do anything. Really showing that 1-2-8 was subpar. I mean, it was subpar anyway, but also their attack, their bowling can't do anything with 1-2-8. Right, so USA were 48 for 1 at the end of their power play. We're 58 for none. Field now widens. Power play is done. Now it's really about how quickly West Indies can go now that the field is actually out. I think they'll. I would assume they're still going to go for it, but we'll see. We'll see. 14.3 overs is what Brathwaite has said on the is what Brathwaite has said on comms. Aaron says, Mash, do you consider Barbados the home of West Indies cricket? No, Bajans think it's the home of West Indies cricket. Maybe a couple of people outside of Barbados think it's the home of West Indies cricket. It's just, to me, it's just one of the cricket grounds in the Caribbean. I think every cricket ground in the Caribbean, whether that be Queen's Park Oval, Sabina, the old Wreck, Border when we had it, etc. Is that 6? Yeah, it's another great 6 by Hope. All of them have had iconic moments. Right, so Holt's brought up his 50. He's basically made himself undroppable for the rest of this tournament. 50 off 26. Oy, that one does genuinely beat Hope, though. Right, anyways, back to the game. Charles on strike. Charles outside the power play. He must be getting out soon. He's gone for a big, deep mid-wicket. Great catch. Great catch. Who's that? Milind Kumar. And Johnson Charles is out. It's probably a good thing that he's out. The shot was on, though. Can't cuss Johnson too much. That shot was on. Good catch, good boundary catch by Milind Kumar. And USA have their first wicket. Yeah, good catch. Good catch. I mean, yes, Charles had to fetch it a bit and went from off to the onside. But what are they checking? Yeah, what did he do? 15 or 14? Those who want Charles out, they'll just add that more to their... They'll add that more to their kind of evidence pool as to why he shouldn't be playing. And me, I have no strong opinions yet after that particular innings. When Sentoki and I do the review show, by then I will have formed an opinion. But I don't think they're dropping Charles. He'll just continue to get a chance. Anyways, Pooran walks in next. I think they'll tell Pooran to just keep attacking, to be fair. Where are England playing USA? Does anyone know? Where's that game taking place? Is it in Barbados? Right, Ali Khan back into the attack. 7 more overs. So it's down leg side, left to reload that. Right, so 8.8. So I was just doing analysis. So if we go at 8.9, 8.8 and over, we'll win this inside 14 or just 14. Yeah, gets a Yorker on. Good wicket keeping there, to be fair. Who's? Yeah, done well there. Reload that. So Gabriel Jesus says, how does West Indies beat South Africa? Well, listen, inside edge there from Hope for one. Don't worry about how we do it. We just have to do it by any means necessary. I do think that South Africa's bowling attack, I don't know. So I think it'll be our first goal at Antigua in the tournament. Similar for South Africa, I would imagine. I need to statsmen who are still awake. What's been the average score at Antigua in this tournament? I've heard that it's a bit truer. than most of the services. Obviously, St. Lucia's supposed to be the truest. Antigua, generally speaking, tends to be a runs track. So it may well be that the game comes down to whose bowling attack is more disciplined on a runs track. Jake Glasgow says the narrative that Sammy won't drop Charles because they're both St. Lucian is ridiculous. I'm not sure if it is that ridiculous, to be honest. But I don't know if it's ridiculous. What I would more say is that they're brethrens for sure. So whether that's because of both being St. Lucian or not, that's for other people to debate. But I certainly think that there is a brethren and belief aspect in Johnson that maybe another player wouldn't get. So think of that how you want. Rowan Sharma says, I've heard on some of the channels that if West Indies reach the semi-finals, they're going to play in Trinidad. Whether they top the group or come second is irrelevant. I don't know. I've heard a lot of stuff. Well, the only thing I know is that India, if they go through, play in Guyana. I don't really understand anything else after that because I haven't paid enough attention to it. Zachariah says, Mash, what's your thoughts on opening with Puran and Hope and dropping Charles for Hetty? Not going to happen. If they wanted to... I mean, you could argue, based on how it's gone in the tournament, today being an exception, that Puran basically has been opening anyway. But if there was ever going to be any kind of discussion about someone like a Puran or a Hetty opening, that decision should have been made a long time ago in all of the practice matches that we had going into the World Cup. Two balls left of this Carnova. He bowled two wides in it. They're running ones, to be fair. Chav says, Mash, what's your thoughts on this? If West Indies make the semi by some bloody miracle, we will win the whole tournament 100%. I will just say this. If we get to the semis, we have a chance, of course, because we're in the semis. But what the tournament should have shown West Indian fans already, if they didn't already know this before the tournament, is that where there is a pitch where it becomes a bowler shootout. One sec. Where there is a pitch where it becomes a bowler shootout and it's about which bowling attack is more complete and more disciplined. That's high full toss there. We don't win in that scenario. 2 runs. Simply because, so somebody like India's bowling attack is far more disciplined and varied than us. Australia's bowling attack is far more disciplined and varied than ours. England, I think, showed that in the game we lost, and we're about to see on Sunday if South Africa's is like that. Right, Osprey with the stats. Antigua's been good for runs, but Namibia got bowled out for 74 by who? Was that England? Oman for 47. Highest score batting first was Oman's 150 against Scotland, which Scotland knocked off in 13 overs. Every team chasing in Antigua has won. Okay. Rudy says only India have played the most convincing. What, so we're not including Australia? Yeah, my eyes are starting to sting out here. I'm tired, cuz. This game should be over soon. I just want the game to be over. Right, anyways, Milind Kumar's into the attack. Another spinner. Full toss. Puran doesn't put it away. Yep, they're just working it for once. Australia played a bit close to Scotland. Yeah, didn't they rest some players, though? I swear Cummins didn't play in that match against Scotland. How many players did they rest? Cummins wasn't there. Did they rest anyone else? Oh, that's awful. Wide and a bye. Yeah. So Australia rested Hazelwood and Cummins against Scotland. Come on. And they still got the job done even when they weren't even at their best. Casanova says, which team am I cheering? Is that a 6? Yeah, over deep mid wicket for 6. Is that who's that? Is that Hope? Yep. Yeah, this game's nearly over, thank God. Right, so Mr. Casanova says, Mass, which team you cheering for in CPL? Yeah, Hope again. Same area, another 6. What's Hope on? He must be on like 70 something. Hope's on 68 of 35. West Indies only need like another 30 something runs, 39 maybe. Another one. This time over cover, extra cover. 3 6s in a row. Shea Hope trying to get this done quickly. It's going to be very, very interesting to see what they do. I mean, Mayers is in the squad now. It's going to be very interesting to see what they do going from here, going forward. Right, 32 more runs needed. This could be done in a couple of overs, to be fair. No run. Right, yeah, so somebody asked me about CPL. I don't care. Don't care. Not just because Talawars aren't in it. Like, I'm just struggling to care. Some of these, like, and obviously CPL is a Caribbean league. But these leagues in general, right, Puram finally comes to the party. The slog pull over mid wicket for 6. This game's done. I can't believe it. I'm gonna get to go to sleep soon. Right, so our net run rate is sorted.
Sorry, people, I'm just updating some stuff. So I hope CCP was serious about that local T20 comp. Yeah, that starts next year. They've said it's going to be, I swear they said it's going to be during IPL or like Mayish time. So we'll see, but I've been told it's next year. Yeah, O'Shane says, I want to see, yeah, I'm done. I'm actually done. And do you know why I'm done? Because this game as a contest was over when USA were batting in like the 14th over. Like, you know, when like you see a game and you're like, we already know how this is going to end. And now I'm having to stay awake for no reason. But we already know this is done. What's this? Is this a 6 or is it just high in the air? Is it going to plug in the outfield? Plugs between two. Good question, Osprey. What did happen to the 60? That's interesting, isn't it? They brought it in for that one season, never heard of it again. Big questions I've got about that. Peter says, go to bed, Mash. The game's done. I'm thinking about it. I'm tempted. But part of me is saying that I should just stay up until it's officially done. But I'm so tempted to say to you, lot, you know what? I'm done out here. Like, this game's done. We don't need to stay awake. Yep. That's a wide. You have to bowl that one in. Yeah, this USA bowling attack is dreadful. Makes me wonder how they were able to beat Pakistan. Down the ground. One bounce 4. Right, so people, Zachariah says, don't punish your sleep. You're going to have to stay up for the South Africa game, yeah. All in One says, USA are horrible on good sporting wickets. Yeah, like when I did that show with Santoki and I said, there's no way we're losing to USA. The whole reason that I said it is because they're not good. Like, don't get me wrong. They had the win against Pakistan. And everyone's gassed themselves to say, well, wow, look what USA have done in the context of this World Cup. Maybe USA are going to actually become a cricketing nation of worth. Yeah, maybe one day, but they're no good. They're not actually good. Those games that hyped everyone up were in the United States. My thing was, once you get to the Caribbean and you're outside of your own conditions, you're going to get found out. Particularly because I knew they were playing us at Barbados. And I was like, well, obviously we're going to hit sixes. Don't undermine them. I am undermining them. They're not good. They're all right for an associate team, but they're not actually good. Rather than look at them beating Pakistan, you need to ask yourself, what on earth is wrong with Pakistan? Like, it's people who are like in the Discord group or have watched a lot of our videos from day one. Like, I'm the first to say, that West Indies are only just above associate level in my mind, particularly in like ODI cricket. In fact, ODI cricket, we are just associate, right? Test cricket, we're just above associate level. And T20, well, this resurgence, people say that we're way above associate level. But what I always say to people is, I think sometimes people forget what associate is. So people see us humble Namibia. People see us humble PNG, humble Uganda, about to humble USA and go, there's no way West Indies is an associate. And I'm always like, yeah, but Netherlands and Scotland are associates, and neither of those two teams are scared of us. So I think people sometimes misunderstand what I'm saying when I say we're only just above associate level. I mean to top tier associate teams. They're not that far beneath where we are. The mid-tier ones like USA, they're shit. They're nowhere near our level. They may be one day, but I don't consider them I don't consider them actual good associate nations. They're middling associate nations to me. Like, let me put it this way to help people understand this. Scotland would be disappointed, and Netherlands for that matter, if they lost to the United States. They would be disappointed. And if them top associate teams are disappointed if they lost to the United States, why on earth wouldn't we be? Yeah, I think this might be done this over, you know. Or I think Puran's going to try and get this done this over. Yep, that's the first one. Clears the leg, deep mid-wicket, slog 6. This is basically just hitting practice. I'm not convinced I've even seen one ball from the Americans. Maybe one. I think Netravalka bowled one in-swinger. Where I was like, oh, that looks a bit interesting. That's it. Ali Khan bowled a few good dots. That's been it. This one, wide of a stump. This time Puran goes the other way. In front of point. Big 6. Right, hopefully this is done and this over. I can go to my bed, you know. What I will say, though, and where I'm critical of USA, is they've not played to their maximum. I think when you... One bounce and fielded. I think when you play to... When you're an associate nation and you're playing a full member, at the bare minimum, you have to be at your best, right? So even if somebody like a West Indies drop their standards, West Indies would still win the game if you are not at your best, right? So the bare minimum for an associate nation is you have to be at your best. And USA haven't been that today. They've been shocking, in truth. Anyways, I think we've won. Here comes hope to finish off this game with the final 6. And that is the final 6. Yeah, way over extra cover. Shea Hope, fantastic innings. What did he get? 76 off 38. Bayesian's up. West Indies up. Game up. This game finishes just shy of 2 hours and 50 minutes. West Indies get the dismantling of USA that they needed, which pretty much means that we know what needs to happen on Sunday. Whoever wins, Aaron Jones hugging Shea Hope like he's glad West Indies won. So whoever wins on Sunday goes through to the semi-finals. So Antigua, West Indies versus South Africa in Antigua. Winner takes all. We know what we have to do. People, I'm not even going to stick around to analyse that. USA were poor and what we did. USA were poor, but we showed killer instinct. Not necessarily. I still question some of our bowling decisions. I still think we could have ended this a bit earlier than we did. But the point is, with the bat, we definitely showed killer instinct. USA had absolutely nothing to show with the ball. Their bowling was like World Cricket League level. Those of you who watch Associate Cricket, Osprey and them, man, if you think I'm being harsh, tell me I'm being harsh. But USA's bowling was World Cricket League level. That wasn't international level. That wasn't World Cup Super 8's international level bowling. And Shea Hope and Nicholas Pooran in particular treated it with the disrespect that it deserved. With the ball, arguably, USA maybe got too many runs given our bowling changes, but who cares? We won it in 11 overs. We've done what we need to do to go above South Africa's run rate, which means that the equation on Sunday is nothing about run rate. It's just whoever wins goes to the semi-finals. What a match that's going to be, people. See you on Sunday. I'm going to go and get some welcome sleep. And as ever, I've been Machel St. Patrick here at one half of the Caribbean Cricket Podcast. See you all soon.
We rule the cricket world. Now the rules seem coming.
Welcome to the Caribbean Cricket Podcast, your one-stop shop for all things West Indies cricket. By the fans, for the fans.